Good evening. Thank all of you for being here tonight. Today is October 5th, 2021. Our thought for today: a positive mind finds opportunity in everything. A negative mind finds fault in everything. That's by author unknown. I'm going to officially call this meeting to order tonight. I'm going to ask Commissioner Mason if you would lead us in our press tonight, and we're going to ask Commissioner Calvin if you would lead us in our pledge tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let us all bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us back to this place at the appointed time. We come blessing you and praising you for all that you've done for us and all that you have done in this county and in this community. God, we ask that as we move forward to do the business of Newton County, God, that you would bring a level of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to help the leaders lead and guide this community in the right direction. And God, we ask that you can bring a level of love, a level of unity, a level of togetherness, God. And God, we ask that you bless us, keep us, protect us from all hurt, harm, danger, both seen and unseen. And God, we just ask right now, God, that you go with us as we move forward. And we bless you, we honor you, we give you all the kingdom, honor, and the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, like all of you, thank you so much, guys, for prayer and the pledge. Tonight, we want to introduce Patrick Johnson. He's with Roy today. He'll be with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here tonight, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Agenda adoption. There's an item on the chairman's report on the Bicentennial. We need to make that an action item tonight. So I want to make that item number 15 on the regular agenda. Item 15. The Bicentennial birthday bash for the county fireworks display. Make that an agenda item. Item number 15. That change, guys. I see the motion that we approve the agenda tonight.
So moved. Second.
The motion by Commissioner Edwards and second by Commissioner Mason. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Thank you so much. Next is citizen comments. This is an opportunity that we allow citizens to make comments about agenda topics only. Agenda topics only. You have 3 minutes to do so. You can please come at this time. Please state your name, your address for the record, please. Agenda topics only. You may come at this time. Thank you. Next is the chairman's report. Tonight we have some special people with us tonight. Our 4-H extension office. Guys, if y'all would please come on up. They are celebrating 4-H week. They want to give us some information about what they got going on. Thank you so much for being here.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and other supporting staff. My name is Charlene Scott, and I'm a 4-H educator here in Newton County. And tonight we're so excited to be here during National 4-H Week. Real quick, a brief history, just in case you didn't know. Newton County 4-H is the home of Georgia 4-H. So 4-H is the largest youth organization in the U.S., and Newton County is the home of Georgia 4-H, reaching almost 196,000 members each year. So we've been around since 1904, so 117 years, so we're super excited about that, and we're super blessed to call this the home. Tonight we have with us Darcy Meynard. She is a Northwest Senior Board of Director member, so she is serving, representing 39 counties across the state, and she lives here in Newton County. She is a high school 4-H'er. We also have Ms. Kim Lawrence. She is our program assistant, and this year she celebrated 20 years of service with Newton County 4-H. And we also have Ms. Ashley Best. She is our Agriculture and Natural Resources agent and also our County Extension Coordinator, / department head in your terms. So I did give everyone a brief highlight sheet. I will not go over all of it, don't worry. But I do want to hit on a couple of things. We did have a great year this past year, even with COVID. We saw some great successes through our summer program. We also saw, currently we are reaching about 1,200 youth every single month between myself and Ms. Kim. So we are in about 11 schools during the day, teaching public speaking and agri-science that aligns to the Florida standards of excellence. We are also offering a statewide program called Adulting 101 because life does not come with instructions. This is our second year with this program. It's a cooperation between Newton County, Gwinnett, Rockdale, and DeKalb. And we are starting to pick up statewide representation, and we have kids logging in all across the state to learn different life skills that they're not receiving at home or in school, or if they are, supplementing it. Tonight, I did want to ask you guys a question or a favor. I know you've received it in your email, and I appreciate you all for wearing your green in support of National 4-H Week. We really appreciate that. But we do have funding to send 16 youth to a junior conference that is held at Rock Eagle in November. They have to be 6th through 8th graders. And I'm asking that each one of you, as well as the chairman, select 2 people from your district, Mr. Chairman, it could be from across the county, to get them to go to this conference. We are paying for it with a grant, so it is a great opportunity for them to meet people across the state and get to network and things like that. So we do have this opportunity, and we would love any suggestions or recommendations. Those can be sent to me via email. My email address is cscott, cscott@uga.edu. Also, if you have any questions or concerns, I can help with those. So yeah, I think that's most of what we've got upcoming in October and November. Real quick, I just wanted to share that we do have some fall break activities coming up. We are going to go to the Perry Fair to support our 13 kids that are showing livestock there. We also have 4-H night and a virtual Adulting 101 coming up throughout October and November.
Thank you so much. Guys, we know how busy you guys are, and you know, all the kids, we always see you guys with the kids, and we thank you so much for all that you do here in this community, preparing ways and preparing kids for the future. So we greatly appreciate it. I do have a proclamation here tonight. Call out. It says, Georgia 4-H, National 4-H Week Proclamation. It says, whereas the young people of Georgia and Newton County are our greatest natural resources, and whereas the 4-H program has assisted in the growth and development of Georgia and Newton County youth for 117 years, and whereas adult volunteers, leaders, advisors, devoting their time, talent, leadership, and resources to serve these leaders of tomorrow. And whereas 4-H helps its members discover and acquire the essential elements of positive youth development, mastery, generosity, belonging, independence in the areas of leadership, civic engagement, healthy living, and science. And whereas Newton County, Georgia, whereas County is Georgia 4-H and entices young people and adults to become involved in education and entertainment programs offered by 4-H programs in Newton County through the University of Georgia College in Agriculture and Environmental Science Cooperative Extension. Now therefore, be it further resolved that I, Chairman Baines of the Board of Commissioners of Newton County, Georgia, do declare and proclaim the week of October 3rd through the 9th, 2021 to be Newton County 4-H week, and urge all citizens to assist in according to this observance, the attention and importance to which it is so rightly entitled. In the week whereof hereunto set my hand and fix our county seal this 5th day of October 2021, Newton County, Chairman Marcelo Baines. Congratulations, Captain. Guys, again, thank you so much for what you do for the youth in this community. Next, we'll have the county manager's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And actually tonight, I have 2 certificates that I'd like to present. So actually, if you could come back up for just a minute, please. As many of you all know, actually, Bess is our county extension agent. What you may not know is that she's very, very active in the equine community, and she's actually quite an accomplished barrel racer. So congratulations to her for that. And but she put together a publication called The Leading Rein, which you all have in front of you, and this is a copy for the public to see. And she won a national award. She is the national winner in the Communication Award category with the National Association of County Agricultural Agents. So we wanted to recognize her and acknowledge that and thank her for all the hard work that she does and for putting Newton County in the forefront in yet another national organization. So we want to thank you for that and recognize you. Ashley, here's a certificate of acknowledgement for you, acknowledging your hard work. Now I'd like to ask Maynard Kerrick with our animal services, one of our animal services officers, to come up. Maynard has been with us for 24 years, and he's one of our field office supervisors. Working in the animal control business is certainly a tough job. Anybody that's done it for 24 years certainly needs a round of applause and a pat on the back for doing that. But recently he was recognized for his contributions to the animal services. And he was given an award, and this certificate is a certificate of achievement, a grateful recognition for your enduring commitment to exceptional customer service for 24 years with Newton County Animal Service, and for being acknowledged by the State of Georgia Animal Care and Control Association with their Professional Lifetime Achievement Award. So we want to thank Maynard for that. Congratulations on receiving your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Hey guys, you want to get a picture? You want to get a picture?
If you want to hang on for a second, Maynard. picture, and actually we come up, or all your group, you get a group picture with y'all too. If you want to, Brian, where do you want to? You want to get separate pictures? Yeah. 4A first or maybe?
That's all. That's all.
Thank you guys so much. Next on the agenda is item number 9, consent agenda. I seek a motion that we approve, please.
So moved. Second.
A motion by Commissioner Edwards and second by Commissioner Mason. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Thank you. Next on the agenda is item number 10, Parks and Recreation purchasing request and approval of contract for Bliss product and services for playground at Fairview Park. Church.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This contract is to put in a new playground along with exercise equipment in the Fairview Park that's located over off of Fairview Road in the inside of the Enclave development. Our Parks and Rec Director, Dwayne Mask is here if you have any questions for this. The total cost of the project is $99,981.33.
Any questions, guys? No questions? Thank you. I'll seek a motion, please. Commissioner Henderson. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Where we reason why I'm answering because I know there was a post that went down information sales didn't receive. So this one came out idea of where we go from.
The money is coming out of money that, SPOS dollars that were budgeted to recreation for just generally for park improvements. But it was in the money that was set aside for parks and recreation.
And I just want to follow up question, just for information purposes only. How much money do you have in that particular fund now?
I'm sorry,
How much money,
is left.
how much money do you have in that fund now?
Do you know, do I know what this stuff in there?
Yeah, we got roughly about $220,000.
Thank you, Commissioner Sanders.
I move that we approve the Parks and Rec request for Bliss Production and Services for Playground at Fairview Park in the amount of $99,181.33.
It's been motioned by Commissioner Sanders and second by Commissioner Henderson. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-1. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dwayne. Item number 11, GIS Department requests approval of GeoCom Inc. Professional Services Agreement for consulting support on the next gen 911 data readiness project. Mr. Kerrick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a contract to engage with professional services for our consultant to help us prepare the GIS department for the move to the next gen 911. This contract will be paid out of the proceeds, or rather out of and by the county, the city of Covington, and the cities of Oxford and Porterdale. That money is, the funds for this will be prorated based on the volume call, which is based on our agreement that we have for the charges for supporting the 911 system. Our GIS director, Tim Lawrence, is here, as well as Scott Sorokin, and they are available for questions. And they do have some slides to explain what next gen 911 is and the extent of this project, if you would like, if you have questions.
Commissioner, do I have any questions for GIS? I seek a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned by Commissioner Henderson and second by Commissioner Mason. Any discussion? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Thank you, sir. Item number 12, discussion and consideration of SWAT meeting. Mr. Kerrick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did receive response from some of the board members. I don't know if all of you are prepared to name your appointment. If not, that's fine. We can postpone this till the next meeting. But if you do have your appointment ready, we could go ahead and accept those appointments and make those tonight. So I would just ask the board if you need additional time. Certainly, we can table this until our next meeting if you would like, whatever the board's pleasure is.
Commissioner Henderson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is this time sensitive, or do we just have to do it this evening, or could it wait until, like you said, table it to the next meeting?
I'm sorry, Mr. Henderson.
What I asked you, is this time sensitive? In other words, we need to do it tonight.
No, so we don't have to do it tonight. It can be postponed. I would say as long as we have it completed by the first meeting in November. If we need to extend it to that period, I feel fine.
The reason why I asked that question because I was looking at 2 or 3 people and choosing one to have kind of make my mind up. And then kind of like running into a whole lot of other things too, as well. So,
Can you make that formal motion?
yes, I'd like to make one thing to table this next meeting.
Yes, the next meeting is October 19th, and then the next one would be I believe it's November 2nd.
This, I made it for motion.
Can I get a second, please?
Right.
It was motioned by Commissioner Henderson and second by Commissioner Sanders. Any more discussion? All in favor? Stand table to our next board meeting. Our next one is item number 13, discussion consideration of in-house attorney counter offer.
So good evening, I'm Patrick Jockstetter from Gerard Davis. You must teach me. Thank you very much. I'm Patrick Jockstetter from Gerard Davis. As you know better than I, that there was a discussion in a recent meeting about offering the in-house county attorney position to Ms. Megan Martin, and I believe that that was made on a 6-month basis, and she has made a counteroffer to the county, and that's what we're here to discuss today. Mr. Chairman, I'm not aware of all the terms of the counteroffer. I've not seen it, but are all the board members familiar?
Board members are familiar with it.
So in order to know how to proceed, I think it's appropriate for the board vote on whether or not to accept the business terms of that counteroffer. And if the board approves that, then we will draft a contract for both the board's consideration and Ms. Martin's consideration. So that's what I think that's what the item is pending for tonight.
So in other words, they need to vote it up or need to vote it down?
That's correct. And vote to accept the business terms of the counteroffer. It will obviously be subject to a final contract that you'll have to approve.
Or deny?
Or deny.
Okay.
In which case, this matter will be closed and we'll move on.
Thank you, sir. Can I seek a motion, please? Commissioner Henderson.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. This is something that I think we have been struggling with for a while. And I personally, and I understand it, I have my reservation about Gerard Davis. And most of you know that when I'm not here, he's there to talk about that. I think that after I make a motion, I get a second. If I get a second, then what I'm going to do, then I express my concern and be quiet. I do have concerns. Now, they have, before I get off my shoes, just come to them with concerns about maybe, maybe I use myself, who wants maybe support County Attorney Meeting more. I think she's a very good lawyer. I believe that if we do, and I'm gonna make my own motion and do whatever, because the county attorney is supposed to work at the pleasure of the board, not nobody else, not the person coming in somewhere else, but it's supposed to work at the pleasure of our board, or what's trying to help us navigate through the legal system in order to help our citizens here in Union County and make sure that our money is being spent appropriately on behalf of the county. So this is the motion that I'm going to make and that I came up with. Whereas the Union County Board of Commissioners have been represented for the past 6 years by a law firm of Gerard Davis, with Megan Martin serving as the principal attorney assigned to the Newton County Board of Commissioners. Whereas Gerard Davis recently notified the Newton County Board of Commissioners that Ms. Morton is no longer associated with the firm, and whereas Ms. Morton has applied for the position of in-house county attorney, and the Board of Commissioners wishes to employ her on the terms described in attachment A. In attachment A, there was one thing that I thought about was that the original agreement was $105,000 a year. And I looked also in the contract that they have attached to it, and if you check in the contract, it says on the electric cars, no, she gets the same type of car if she accepts this offer as our county manager, Lord Kerrick, which is a gas running nice car. And maybe, going back to the $195,000 she requested, maybe next after 2 years or 2 years before, maybe, the board of commissioners might want to give a raise of sort. So in that, is support A, and whereas Morton performing her duties will need the assistance of knowledgeable and experienced outside counsel. I agree with it. I have my own reservations about Gerard Davis. And I think that I made that clear for 4.5 years counting. Whereas William Thomas Craig, who served as the county attorney for 30 years and served as the county for the Newton County Sheriff's Department 45 years, and the Newton County Tax Commissioner for 41 years, and is agreeable to expanding the service rendered to the Newton County on a responsible term. Now, therefore, I move that the Newton County Board of Commissioners employ Megan Morton for it said 2.5 years, I think. Want to deduct a little bit of that half year from this part, if this motion is approved, on the term described in text A. Employ Tammy Craig to the Assistant County Attorney and the Board of Commissioners on such terms as approved by a majority of the Board of Commissioners to be described in a memorandum of understanding, including these matters. He would work with the Board of Tax Assessors, litigation management, right-of-way acquisition, special purpose local option sale tax, bond issue, and reapportionment. And if I could, would it fail to see, we also want him to work with the, what the American CARES Act, $10 million to be able to bank and hopefully distribute to the peoples of Newton counties where the last one is the Alston property on Brownbridge Road. The reason why I include the Alston property, when we first got that property, and Mr. Alston was interested in doing that 5 acres, he negotiated a contract with Tom Craig, and we want the contract hopefully to be the same as he can negotiate. So, Mr. Chairman, I make that in form of a motion.
Thank you, sir. No motion. Can I get a second, please? Second. It's been motioned by Commissioner Henderson, second by Commissioner Sanders. Any discussion? Commissioner Powell.
Mr. Chairman, I think tonight we've got one issue in front of us, and no doubt that Commissioner Henderson's resolution can compensate for part of that issue that we've got with the county attorney. I think we're combining things at the wrong time at this point. We've got an issue of to accept or reject the counter offer. I'm not sure we should go into it with another issue. Now, that's not to say, and I want to say this, not to say there's not any merit with what Commissioner Henderson has said. Mr. Kerrick is already working with the sheriff's department, he's already on county payroll. So I think there's some merit there to look at, but I don't think this is the right time to look at that. I think we have an issue in front of us to consider. If that subsequent issue, we want to bring that up, then we need to bring that up separately and deal with that as directed in the resolution by Mr. understand. I would ask the board to, I'd make a motion that we accept the length of term.
So I think, Commissioner, you want me to address it? I think the motion on the floor needs to be voted on and then take up the motion. He can make a substitute motion. I didn't hear a full substitute motion. Right. Right. But I didn't hear a substitute motion.
Yes, substitute motion.
Is to just take up the.
If we just deal with the matter at hand, which is, sir, that we just deal with the matter at hand with regard to the counter offer that was presented to us.
So I think that motion should be approve or reject the counter offer, or go ahead and make the full motion that you wish to be considered.
To make a motion that we accept the counter offer, subject to some modifications in terms of the benefits and things that are in there.
That's correct.
Yes.
Second. It's a motion by Commissioner Cowell and a second by Commissioner Edwards. Any more discussion?
One quick question.
Commissioner Henry.
Run of information, from the attorney. So, the counter offer that Commissioner Cowell is referring to takes away from the motion that I asked for. And it was to give some support to me, because the simple fact is that she had already support from Laura Davis. It's just like take somebody who can't swim, throw them out in the water, and instead of giving them a life boat to help them to learn how to swim. It's just not so much about the counter offer, it's also about the commission. You see, it's about scholarship, it's coming up, and we need somebody here to navigate this as well. And there are a few more others. And also about us trying to get some help with the $10 million fund, Kerrick, $10 million fund, the National Rescue Fund, that we have no need for this. We need somebody to get those out and get it out and help the community. It also is about the $5 million that this board, the Republicans on this board, denied us from having, and said they were going to negotiate with us doing stuff. And we had a whole list. It never did get done, it never did get brought back up. So it's about getting somebody to help us on the district with our particular needs. And getting that. And so I think you can vote for it, but I'm going to tell you something, you take it away from yourself. Because if you haven't had any help, you're not going to get any help. If you do it the way that Commissioner Cowell is presenting for us to go through. So I just want to say this in closing. Yesterday, we 4.5 years. We were there to draw all this stuff against me. 4.5 years. Said I was stealing, and then it came back. And the chairman was gracious enough to ask the liaison and the county attorney to come and speak to us. And other commissioners in the room, they said, well, why wasn't there somebody locked up? Because all the stuff that David started, was reported by the Lord David Rock. What was it? It was just a pack of lies. And so on that, what I'm saying is this. Be careful what you do, guys. Maybe do it to yourself. And I know this church, I know the time that
We're going to come back to you, but I definitely got to go to zoning. I apologize, guys, I wasn't looking at the clock, it's 7:40. We got to go back to the, we got to go into zoning. I will come back to this matter on the floor. Ms. Judy, if you would please come. Again, that's my fault, I wasn't looking at the time.
Good evening. Chairman and members of the board. Tonight we only have one item before you for discussion, and that is REZ 21 REZ 21-000007. This property is located at Highway 11 and I-20. The size of the parcel is approximately 46.12 plus minus acres and is on tax map and parcel 112-17. On September 28, 2021, the Planning Commission did hear this rezoning request, and it was recommended approval with staff conditions for a vote of 5-0. Here is an aerial photograph of the property to get everyone to remember where the property is located. Again, it's located on the east side of Highway 11 and the south side of I-20. The applicant's intent, and actually it's not applicant, this is a board-initiated rezoning request that we're looking at tonight. So the intent of the application is to rezone the 46.12 acre parcel from CH Highway Commercial and AR Agricultural Residential to all of the property being CH Highway Commercial. The subject site and surrounding area. The subject site has a total of, and you know, I apologize, I thought I had pictures, that's why I'm forwarding. The subject site has a total of 46.12 acres and is located on the east side of Georgia Highway 11 and south of I-20. The property currently has dual zonings and is located in Tier 2 and 3 of the brick store overlay. This petition is to rezone the entire property to CH Highway Commercial. The property is located to the west across Highway 11 and south are currently zoned commercial with a mix of both commercial and scattered residential properties across Highway 11. Other considerations. There is a current conditional use permit, CUP 21-000002, on a portion of the property. In order to maintain consistency and to further create a sense of place for the brick store overlay, staff's recommended conditions incorporate some of the conditions imposed upon the conditional use request. Conclusion. With recommended conditions, staff is of the opinion that the rezoning request to CH Highway Commercial is consistent with the policies and intent of the comprehensive plan and the brick store overlay. Recommended conditions. Should this petition be approved by the Board of Commissioners, it should be approved CH Highway Commercial. Conditional subject to the owner's agreement to the following enumerated conditions. Where these conditions conflict with the stipulations and offerings contained in the letter of intent, these conditions shall supersede unless specifically stipulated by the Board of Commissioners. Number 1, to the owner's agreement to abide by the following. A, there should be a minimum of a 100-foot of landscape buffer on the developed property along the frontage of Highway 11, except for the pavement portions of driveways and curbs. B, all parking areas shall be of hard surface, such as pavement or concrete, to prevent any dust impact to neighboring properties. C, developers shall comply with all GDOT requirements and recommendations. D, in order to create a sense of place and maintain the character of the brick store overlay, the buildings will be 4-sided brick with soldier's corresponding style around all windows and doors. The brick color and bond style will emulate the actual brick store historic building. In order to assure compliance, the building rendering must be approved by the Development Services prior to the issuance of a building permit. E, there shall be no visible retention pond within the 100-foot front buffer. If necessary, underground piping or underground water retention facilities can be located within the front buffer. Here is an aerial of the zoning map. As you can see, the parcel that is highlighted in blue, there's about 12 acres on the rear that is right now AR, which is the agricultural residential. This is an existing land use map. It is located in a development node, which means that we did foresee these properties go into a different zoning designation. Here is the watershed. Primarily, this property is going to be in the Little River watershed. And here is a survey plat of the property, and then I brought it back to the aerial in case you had any questions. Again, the county is the applicant for this particular request, but there is a need to hold the public hearing, sir.
Thank you. We're going to open it up now. It's approximately 7:45. We're going to open it up now for our public hearing. Those that want to speak in favor, you may come at this time. You have 10 minutes to do so. Please state your name and your address for the record, please. Anyone want to speak in? Thank you, sir. Please state your name and your address for the record, please.
Good evening. I'm Richard Miles. I'm here representing Jones Petroleum Company. We ask that you approve this rezoning. The property that is in question here is all the back part. None of the property that is being rezoned fronts on the highway, either on, not on Highway 11 there. It's something that needed to be done in order to develop this. All this property belongs to Mr. Jack Davis now. It's one contiguous tract. And to develop it, we need it all rezoned the same zone. And I have worked diligently with Mr. Johnson and some of the commissioners, and we have agreed to the terms, the special conditions that have been placed here. They're congruous with the special conditions that were on our conditional use permit. So we're agreeable to them, and we just ask that you approve this rezone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else want to speak in favor tonight? Anyone else want to speak in favor tonight? That portion of our public hearing is closed. We also allow 10 minutes for those that want to oppose tonight. You may come at this time. Please state your name and your address for the record, please. You have 10 minutes to do so. You may come at this time. Anyone want to oppose tonight? Anyone want to oppose tonight? Thank you. That portion of our public hearing is also closed. Judy, I want to make sure we heard you right. You said the applicant is the county. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to make sure. This is District 1. Commissioner Ellis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This time I'd like to make a motion we approve RAZ 21-000007 as stated by our planning and zoning director with staff recommendation.
Second.
Thank you, sir. It's been motioned by Commissioner Edwards and second by Commissioner Mason. Any discussion? Commissioner Henderson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to simply, that part of the meeting with the net, and we said we came to the meeting. That part of the meeting, which I thought was the executive meeting, or was it just somebody in the office? And I guess, what about it?
We've had, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
We had at least 2 meetings, I believe, Judy, you probably had more, with Jones Petroleum trying to iron out not only this portion of the process, but the conditional use permit as well. We had several of those meetings trying to get positioned both sides to where it was acceptable to both sides, and particularly the residents of the area. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. So all I asked was our part of the meeting, because I asked to go on to meetings or meetings. You should walk out.
No, sir, you aren't.
Thank you, that's all.
any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Mr. Hughes, you think? Want to state your reason why?
It's hard to make a decision on anything unless you're part of the meeting, you know exactly what's going on. You're not a part of it. I feel like a regular member says, okay, and I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Passes 4-1. One state, please. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Judy. Commissioner Henderson, we're gonna go back and let you finish up right quick. But we gotta.
Mr. Chairman, I think I want to finish up. You won't be quick.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be quick. We're not
saying,
finished.
what I'm saying, show me where I have a tablet. Because we don't have one. I've been around doing it for a while. And I think everybody else has had the opportunity, at least to Commissioner, you spent 20 minutes on it. If I was 15 hours, as long as it's dark and you were time like you were on, I could see it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, you know what, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, and I tell you what, in my concern, especially with Gerard Day, is that when the forensic audit was through it, I went and asked how much money would he charge it? And I got it, official record. And it said that we would charge $310,000. It said that we would charge $310,000 and yet, executive session, District Attorney, that was on, she said they charged for $340,000. And it's around $10,000 that was unaccounted for. And so, all thing what I'm saying is this: if we give representation, but we're not getting what we believe in. And also, and you were there, Mr. Chairman, you did it executive, you there. And one thing she said was, she stated that she said she did not believe anybody would be charged with anything. And she was supposed to write a letter stating that my name had been cleared. We never got that letter. It was another around 2 years that I was allowed to be. We come in the horseshoe and talk and say, well, you know, he's stealing or he's taking this or this and that. And there was no everything. There were 3 people who were falsely accused. First was myself. Second was the former county attorney. And the last one who really got a good way for a pitfall of money was Anthony. And it is not, and so if you got people who won't stand up for what's right, we have to stand up for what's right. And we have to have attorneys who are going to stand up for rights. It's not about the money that they may receive, but just speaking up and standing up. We do not have that at this point. Everybody, and I like that. I go because I love that, because I understand what she may be going through, because we've been around for each other for 6 years. But nevertheless, I think we will have to, if she's going to be county attorney, have somebody who will more about this, what she's doing, especially in Newton County. And so, you know, I know we're going to vote the way you want to vote, the way the Republicans want us to vote. But, hey, that's all right. You did what you want to do, and you really just put yourself out over here.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Samuel.
I just want to add on to a little bit of what Commissioner Henderson stated. As a person, Attorney Martin is great. We've had various conversations. We've talked, we spoke. We talked about various things. We talked about our heritage. We both have Pakistani heritage, so we have talked on many occasions. But as far as representing the county as herself, as one person, I don't think she's capable. Even in the counter offer, which is not really a counter offer, it's an offer that she sent to us. In that counter offer, instead of being business, she took that opportunity to talk about 3 commissioners in her counter offer, individually, breaking it down. Never came to us, never spoke to us about anything. She submitted a counter offer, not just for her, what she wanted us to accept or what she wanted to offer. She took that time to talk about 3 commissioners in that counter offer. Even with me, Megan Ward has never come to me in regards to a cease and desist you all may have known about in the paper. Of an event that I've been doing for 3 months, she sits right next to me. Has not once came to me and said anything that I've done was against the county. And when I found out the 4 people that complained, it was my predecessor. So she allowed a cease and desist to go out because of complaints of my predecessor, which lets me know that other forces outside of this board of commissioners is controlling her being, which is also saying to me that we would not be fought for fairly individually as commissioners on this board. There was a conversation where some commissioners said, oh, she always tells me what's right and wrong. but I've never gotten that opportunity. And I'm new on the board. I'm learning from everybody that's sitting here on this board. If there's something that, I'm not gonna be perfect. When you come in a political official, you're learning just like everybody else. And if there's something that you do wrong, that's the attorney is sitting here to inform you of those things that you're doing, right or wrong, to protect the county. And with that counter offer talking about elected officials that she's looking to receive a vote from, talking about them, that shows the unprofessionalism and that she's not capable to be able to handle this county as herself. Not only that, there was a letter that was received to the commissioners in regards to a stalking action. Ms. Martin sent me a personal text message to tell me and Commissioner Henderson to come to her home to fight back that actual letter. I have all the documents if you'd like to see that for yourself. 10 minutes before that meeting, she calls and cancels. And when I go back to ask her, I said, what are we going to do about this letter? Oh, I'm not going to do it. So all the commissioners on this platform do not get favorable treatment. And that is the issue in regards to this. Now, Megan Martin is voting in. I agree with Commissioner Henderson. I also agree with Commissioner Calvin. She's not capable of handling this entire county of 112,000 citizens alone, because she's had the backing of Ken Gerard, who's also a great attorney, who is one of the teachers from ACCG that teaches all of us. She's had that backing of well-known, notable attorneys, if she does have a downfall, to uphold her. Being as an in-house attorney by herself, she will not have that backing, and that's putting all of the citizens, our financials, everything at risk. I want to break down her actual counteroffer. I took the time, I did tell the commissioners to do so as well, but I took the time to break down the entire counteroffer. And calculating the entire counteroffer for Ms. Megan Martin, she requested $195,000, which was advertised as $185,000. She wants an electric car, which starts at $31,000. So if you calculate all of the things that she wants to accomplish or wants to be offered to her to have this position, her entire package will come up to $255,000 a year that the taxpayers will have to be responsible for an in-house attorney. I dug a little deeper and did the research of those counties who have the same population as we do. The attorneys don't get paid that salary. So the offer of $185,000 was comparable. It was actually overextending the amount that's supposed to be offered to an in-house attorney for a non-profit organization. We are not a for-profit organization. These are taxpayers' dollars that we are spending, and we should also be spending them responsibly. So we are responsible for this vote that we make tonight. So I hope the commissioners took the time to look at the package, to look at everything that it encompasses, not just because you want a certain person in place. Who's going to be the best fit for this county? Has nothing to do with black and white. We'll put that out there because it came out someone's mouth. Has nothing to do with black and white. If you have to look at the candidates that applied for this position, majority of them were minorities. So if somebody would have been picked, it would have been a minority. Ms. Martin is a minority. So I want to make sure that we put that out there straight so we get these facts straight. It's not about a color. It's not about who the person is. It's about capability of being the county attorney, running our county, also being fair amongst all the commissioners and taking care of everyone in this county fairly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Commissioner Mason.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate all of the comments that have been made by my fellow commissioners. I would like to take this opportunity to kind of redirect us back to the actual agenda item. The agenda item is to discuss or consider an in-house attorney counter offer. I believe that we should address that particular concern. Back in December of 2020, this board made a decision to put together a legal department. With that legal department, it will actually entail more than one county attorney. It will be a lead attorney, it will be a second chair attorney, there will be paralegal / administrative assistant. So we're not at this point talking about only having one particular person to run the legal department for Newton County. There will be more than one. And so what I would like to ask of this board tonight is there is currently a motion on the floor. There is also a substitute motion on the floor. I believe that what we need to do is vote on the substitute motion, whether we're going to accept or deny this counter offer. If it is approved, we move forward. If it is denied and we don't offer or don't accept this counter offer, I believe what we need to do at that particular point is go back to the drawing board, open it back up, allow any attorney, no matter who they are, to submit their resume, submit their credentials and qualifications through the RFP that we set up, regardless of who they is.
So let me get, so, and then you can finish.
Yes.
So if the board votes to not accept this contract tonight, we automatically go back to, receiving applications.
Correct.
So I want to make sure we got that on the floor, 'cause I know that was something that Commissioner Henderson wanted to make sure that we had on the floor. So that is something that if the board don't accept this contract, then it automatically go back to start receiving applications. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Correct, and thank you, Mr. Chair. That's basically what I'm saying. I think we need to vote on this counter offer, and then once we vote on the counter offer, then we move forward in looking at if we accept the offer, we move forward. If we deny the offer, then at that point we open it back up for interviews. So I think that's the item at hand, and that's what we need to focus on. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I'm ready to call for the vote. I'm ready to call for the vote. Ronnie, you want to restate your motion, please?
Okay, my motion is to accept the contract, the counter offer from Ms. Martin, subject to some modifications that would be worked on between the county manager and HR and some of those issues there. Not as far as the salary and time frame. So whatever modifications they need to make, they can check that out.
Yeah, so you're making that motion,
Motion to accept the counter, motion to accept their counter offer.
with stipulations.
With some modifications.
Modifications, okay, I got you.
Benefits that was requested.
So if I could clarify, you're specifically approving the salary request and the term,
Yes.
but the remaining benefit,
Yes.
you would leave that open to
Yes.
County manager and HR
County
involved.
benefits and they're handled by HR.
So I think the salary of of 185, would you,
Whatever's in the counter offer.
Start off with 195.
okay,
I won't modify that, that's fine.
okay, so that would be modified. That would be modified. The salary,
It was 195 in our offer.
but I'm saying, he asked for it to be modified.
Are you moving to accept 195 or reduce it to 185?
I'd go with 195 just because of the mental health of people having to leave the county attorney on the county.
That's 195,000 for a 2-year term.
Well, it's all hazardous, but
And that's 195,000 for a 2-year term, and you leave the rest of the details to the manager.
Can I get a second, please? Yeah. Second. Go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
I just wanted clarification on the salary. That was per year for a period of 2 years.
That's correct.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
It's been motioned by Commissioner Cowan and second by Commissioner Edwards. Any more discussion? All in favor? All opposed? It almost failed. 3-2.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Henderson.
I'd like to withdraw my motion. That when I first made, I didn't act on that, I want to withdraw it.
That motion was made and seconded. The board, that motion belongs to the board now. The board will have to vote on the request.
Could you be so kind as to give me some paperwork that
I can show it to you. I mean, if you want me to show it to you right now, give me a minute now.
We don't know like
That's correct. Once a motion is made and seconded, it can only be withdrawn by the board. Well, no, we revert now to the original motion. That original motion the commissioner made is back on the table. And if that motion is to be withdrawn, the board needs to authorize that.
So do you want to proceed forward with your motion that you originally made?
So we need to make a motion to withdraw.
So,
someone is,
so wait a minute. Wait a minute. You want to withdraw your motion? So you don't want to vote on your motion? Okay, he just want to completely withdraw his motion.
Okay, give me one moment. I'll read this section to you.
there's no reason, I believe this commission is about us. We don't belong,
Thank you, sir.
So you'll vote on the motion to withdraw.
So it was a motion by
You
Commissioner,
can second the motion.
it was a motion by Commissioner Henderson that he want to withdraw, it was second by Commissioner Sanders. Any discussion? All in favor? All in favor? All opposed? All right, pass 4-1. Item 14, approval to adopt resolution 10052-021, a resolution by the Newton County Commissioners recognizing E911 telecommunicators of Covington, E911 Center as first responders and part of the critical infrastructure for public safety framework. Mr. Kerrick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This resolution that I would like to read, I see we've got quite a few folks here from the 911 Center. As you know, the 911 Center is staffed by city employees, but it is a joint city-county operation. But what we'd like to do is to recognize the 911 telecommunicators as an integral part of the public safety infrastructure. So I'd like to read this resolution and have it adopted. Into the record. The resolution by Governing Authority of Newton County will be recognizing each 911 telecommunicators of Covington.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Always awkward. Sorry. And Trudy, maybe if you could come up for just a minute. Trudy Henry is our director of 911 Center. She's been with the city,
27 years.
so it's quite a feat to be there. It's probably one of the most stressful jobs that there is, not only in the county, but in public safety is working at a 911 center. So anyway, if you haven't met Trudy or haven't seen the center, I can encourage you to go by and see the operation over there. It's pretty phenomenal. We are in the process of getting all new equipment and for our, as part of our 911 upgrade. And so that'll be exciting, and we're moving into a whole new phase that's going to carry us for the next 15 to 20 years. I don't know if you want to say anything.
No, I just want to say I'm really excited to be here tonight. Thank the chairman and commissioners for having us. You know, kind of the push nationwide now is to have 911 recognized as, like Christopher said, the integral part of public safety. We are the first responder.
Can you talk to Mike?
Talk into the mic.
Yeah.
We're just happy to be here. It's been a long time coming. Right now at the federal level, we're recognized just as clerical workers. So this is kind of big for these people that sit in the radio room every day. So I'm just excited to have it read and have it adopted by the county.
Thank you so much. I do want to say to you and your team, y'all do a great job. Part of our leadership team is actually listening to 911 calls. And you know, and we definitely support our officers, but I want to tell you guys, some of the calls that I had to hear, man, I tip my hats off to you, because we oftentimes we say, I don't know how David could go home at night and because he had to endure so much stuff, but you guys are the same. To get that, you are the first call that's received, and you know, I heard one call, and I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but I heard one call, and the little kid, I won't go into all the details, but the kid was just in, it was a bad situation. And that 911 caller, talked to that kid and helped that kid, and the parents was, had took their life. And you know, so I tip my hat off to you guys. I just want to say that. I tip my hats off to y'all. Y'all do an excellent job. Thank you for what you do in this community. And we appreciate you, Commissioner Sanders.
I had the opportunity to sit with Ms. Trudy and her staff for a whole hour. And I want to say, I respect everything that you do, all the buttons that you press, and all the stuff you have to retain, and the 2 and 3 screens you have to look at. I really appreciate it, and everything that comes to you guys deserve it, and thank you so much for allowing me to come into your family that day and learn from you all, and I thank you so much for your service to the county.
Thank you. Y'all are all welcome to come visit anytime. They do take some calls that are heart-wrenching at times, and that's part of this kind of push nationwide is they deal with the same trauma that the officers who go out on the scene and actually see it. Yeah. They just hear it, and then they make that own visual in their head, and they never get like the end. They never know what happens. So it's kind of a, you know, just a loose end. They don't know. There's no resolution to anything they do.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for all that you guys do. Mr. Kerrick, go on, sir.
A resolution by the governing authority of Newton County, Georgia, recognize E911 telecommunicators of Covington E911 Center as first responders and part of the critical infrastructure of the public safety framework. Whereas the Newton County Board of Commissioners recognize that public safety telecommunicators are part of the critical infrastructure of the public safety framework. And whereas the county recognizes not only are they first responders, they are the first responders, and these selfless individuals make life-saving split-second decisions on a daily basis in order to provide proper response to emergencies. And whereas the county recognizes E911 telecommunicators provide care and compassion to our citizens in their worst and most horrific moments, and many of these calls leave a traumatic effect on the telecommunicator. Acknowledging that PTSD and vicarious trauma are real issues in the E911 profession, and whereas the county recognizes that E911 telecommunicators go through an extensive background check, including a suitability screening, polygraph, and must attend a state training academy, along with an extensive 22-week interdepartmental training program. Additionally, telecommunicators are required annually to complete 20 hours of continuing education, which exceeds the state requirement of 8 hours. Whereas the county recognizes our telecommunicators perform their duty with no formal protections or offers of individual immunity, and that in the course of their good faith efforts, their public safety response that communities rely on is not recognized by the federal government as a protected classification. Despite all the requirements they must meet to work in this position, the Federal Office of Management and Budget classifies this group of individuals as clerical staff, but we dissent, and now therefore be it resolved that the Newton County Board of Commissioners recognizes public safety telecommunicators are far from just clerical and supports the national movement to reclassify telecommunicators as first responders and truly recognize the work that they do. Additionally, the Newton County Board of Commissioners supports the 911 SAVES Act to properly classify the profession of E911 telecommunicators, adopted by the Newton County Board of Commissioners this 5th day of October 2021. Newton County Board of Commissioners, Marcella Baines, Chairman, Jackie B. Smith, County Clerk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before the board make a motion on this, we are going to get you an official copy, so it will be on our letterhead and all of that. We get it to you guys. All right, thank you. Guys, I seek a motion, please.
So moved as stated by the county manager.
Second.
Thanks again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks,
That's good.
Motion by Commissioner Edwards, and thank you, second by Commissioner Sanders. Any discussion? All in favor? It passes 5-0. Thank you guys so much. We greatly appreciate you. Guys, next we're going to have the Bicentennial presentation. We're going to ask if our Bicentennial team will please come on up.
Good evening. This is Lauren. Good evening, everyone. My name is Walker Hughes. This is Latanya Hill, and this is Brian Fazio. We are here today on behalf of the Bicentennial Committee. The Bicentennial Committee has had a full year of activities to a positive response and appreciation from the community. Thank you all for your participation in our Bicentennial District Cleanup Days and our movie nights. We truly appreciate you sharing the activities on your social media platforms and within your districts, and ask that you continue to support whenever we have bicentennial activities. Time is flying by, and we are enthusiastically preparing for our bicentennial birthday bash on December 18th. To culminate our year-long celebration, we have begun the planning process for the celebration, and we want to share with you some exciting information. Now, I invite Latanya to continue with our presentation.
So here is the fun part. We are nearing the end of the year, end of the quarter, and we have been doing, of course, as Walker just mentioned, bicentennial events for our 200-year birthday anniversary. And so, with any good celebration, we are looking to do our fireworks. We have followed the process. We have gone through, I know we love our policies and procedures, so we went through the purchasing policy to find the company that works best with us and for us, and of course we found Pyrotechnico, and of course they bring to us, I did do a little pamphlet that is sitting on the desk, and of course we're very familiar with this company. They bring us 130 plus years of experience, award-winning experience. We did go through and get 3 quotes, of course, as required, but they were the best company. They are providing us with, I want to say, a 12 to 15 minute display, which is generally the standard. 20 minutes or longer is extreme, but this event is going to be the event of the year. It's going to take about, again, I mentioned like 15 minutes. It's going to actually start with 24 opening shells for the beginning, 324 show shells, which is a total of 348 total shells that are going to be displayed during the show alone, which gives us the magnitude of practically a Macy's Christmas tree lighting display. So what we are normally accustomed to for our 4th of July celebrations, that is really what we're going to be expecting for our bicentennial, just maybe about 5 minutes shy because of the fee. The finale alone is about 420 shells just by itself, giving us a total of 768 total shells that will be shot off that night. The good part about that is this particular company is also going to offer us, to go along with this package, the 200 symbol to let us, it's going to shoot off the lights and everything, and it will actually honor our 200-year bicentennial. So we are super, super excited. The bill that goes with this, you dip on in there. The bill that goes with this, of course, we do need your vote and we need your support, but since we do our 4th of July celebration every year, it's not anything we're surprised about, but the asking fee is $20,000. But the good news is you only turn 200 years old one time. Right. So this is our first and only time in our lifetime that we will ever be presented with this type of opportunity. And again, we all live in Newton County. We all love Newton County. This is where we work, live, and play, and we want to make sure that this celebration is one that everybody, 112 to 15,000 people, remember for their anniversary and their birthday. Of course, along with the fireworks, we will also be having giving away cakes, cupcakes individually wrapped to make sure that everybody feels safe, but it's going to be a humongous, successful birthday bash to go on top of everything that you all have done for the course of the year. So, of course, if you all have any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you all. Guys, let me just say real quickly. Hey guys, let me just say real quickly that this team has been working extremely hard, and they've been trying to put things together through COVID. They've been trying to make sure we do some of the things that we can do with the citizens of this community to get them involved, and not just fireworks, but even with cleanups. And I just want to thank them, and I hate to do it tonight because the rest of your team is not here, but I want to thank you for all that you have done this far, just this far. Y'all have really put some amazing projects together, and you're right, one turn 200 one time. So again, thank you so much for all that y'all do. Now, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Edwards.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I just want to echo what the chairman said. I know from experience what you guys have done, the whole team has done over the past year it's not easy. It might be relatively easy to grow the enthusiasm, but to maintain it is a challenge. And I know you've seen that challenge, especially during this pandemic. But I want to thank you all, you three in particular, but the whole team, for doing what you've done to help us celebrate my county's 200th birthday. And it's very, very, I know you didn't have to do it, but I appreciate you doing it so much, and it's been wonderful, by the way.
We appreciated it. We really did.
All right. Any questions, guys? We're going to seek a motion. I seek a motion, please. It was motioned by Commissioner Henderson, and for the record, it was second at the same time by Commissioner Mason and Edwards. Any discussion? All in favor? It passes 5-0. Y'all,
Okay,
thank y'all
and
again. Thank y'all so much.
we have District 5 cleanup on October 16th, 8:30, and then we have the movie, our final movie of the year, movie night, Goosebumps 2, that was filmed here in Newton County, and it is on the 23rd at 7 p.m. Yay!
Thank y'all so much. I greatly appreciate you.
And don't forget to buy bricks.
Oh yeah. Hey, come back. Yeah, come back. Y'all, let me do this. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me do this. Can you tell us about the brick program?
Oh.
Y'all bear with us 1 second. I promise it won't take long.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Chairman. So one of the activities that we put forth as the Bicentennial Committee is we're calling it the Legacy Brick Project. And what it is $75 for a brick that will be placed at what will be called Bicentennial Park. And you have 25 characters on a brick where you could just memorialize yourself, your family, the county, your business, fraternity, sororities, whatever. So, and we'll be placing those bricks at Bicentennial Park, and we're still looking for people to purchase those. You can find the information on our website, and $75. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the Bicentennial Park is actually right where the administration building is. You know where the benches are, where the rotary benches are. Okay, that will be called Bicentennial Park, and that is where we'll be placing those bricks. So we have a design. We're really excited about that. We're working with a local, I guess it's a paver company that's going to do the bricks for us. So we're really, really excited about that. And you can purchase bricks up until November 18th. November 18th. Oh, yes. And there's a time capsule. Oh, yes. We have a lot of things that we've been working on. Yeah. So another thing is that each one of the municipalities will be presenting to us items that they'll place in a time capsule. And so we'll be presenting that at the birthday bash too. So it's a lot of great things that's going on in Newton County. A lot of people are looking at Newton County right now. So we appreciate all of your support.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey guys, next we have citizens' comments. This opportunity we allow citizens to make comments. You may comment this time. Please state your name, your address for the record, please. You have 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to do so. Please state your name, your address for the record, please. You may comment this time. Anyone want to make comments? Going once, twice. Thank you. Commissioner Edwards. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Mason. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Sanders. Thank you, ma'am. Commissioner Henderson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You're right, Mr. Butler. It's one thing that I forgot to mention, and and what's the date is on August 19, 2021. I wrote a letter to our county manager, and what I said was, "Thank you for providing me with the forensic audit records regarding the Nelson Heights Community Center. They have been very helpful. I also want to express my appreciation to the county attorney, Megan Martin, for always providing information that I have requested. However, I still have a couple of questions that I don't believe have been answered, particularly that I would appreciate a response. If I remember correctly, the former chairman Keith Evans requested a forensic audit regarding $500,000 missing funds from the Public Works Fund. The board unanimously approved the audit, the forensic audit, but I don't understand how it went from the request of missing Public Works funds to auditing Nelson Heights Community Center as well as other departments, recreation, and then at that particular time the county attorney. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if I am mistaken, but was the commingling, in other words, was the SPOSH funds and the SPOSH fund impact fee, were they commingling, which I understand is against the law. In other words, you're not supposed to commingle funds. I question why this was not investigated, and it was even mentioned in the forensic audit. and made part of the forensic audit. I also understand that this money has now been reimbursed. Because at the meeting, we were told, when I was listening, I reimbursed the money. I said, well, who authorized it? To the correct funds. I would like to know who authorized the commingling of the funds in confirmation that a policy, and I would like for the commission to have a policy being established and approved by the Board of Commissioners to prevent this from happening in the future. Once again, I would like to thank Ms. Morton, what you do for Newton County, great county she is, and look forward to a response for my question. And so once again, I ask the question, who authorized the commingling of those funds? And I never did get an answer. And I think I deserve an answer. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm about to, Mr. Chairman, is ask that the clerk do me an open record request for the answer to the questions that I've asked. And I sent this letter to all the commissioners. And I deserve an answer as a Board of Commissioners. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Cowell. Thank you. Guys, I will have tonight, I think, a motion that we adjourn. Been motioned by Commissioner Sanders and second by Commissioner Mason. All in favor? All in favor? Thank you. Thank you so much. Stand adjourned.